Hi there, my name's Chris, Sales Manager for Sound and Vision in Bolton. We have a beautiful new product here to look at from Philips. There's 5 models in the range. The model numbers are the 32PFL8605, the 37PFL8605, the 40PFL8605, the 46PFL8605 and the 52PFL8605. So 5 models in the range there, 5 screen sizes, 32, 37, 40, 46 and 52 inch. The specification is the same on all 5 models apart from one aspect. On the 32 inch it has a scanning ratio of 100 Hz. The rest of the range, the scanning ratio is 200 Hz, which basically means that if you've got a standard TV which scans normally at 50 Hz, there's 50 pictures per second making up the image. On the 32 inch it's 100 pictures per second. On the rest of the range, because you're looking at larger screens, there's 200 pictures per second making up that image. The reason for that is because when you're looking at the larger screen sizes, if you're getting any fast movement, you need a faster scanning ratio, so you're less likely to notice any sort of motion blur or drag in the image. So on the larger screens they put 200 Hz on, they don't consider it necessary on the smaller screen at 32 inch. But the rest of the spec is the same. First of all, beautiful design on this set. You're looking at glass base, which is on a swivel. Glass screen at the front here, which runs right up to the edge. It's a frameless sort of design on the set, beautiful design. What I'll do first of all is spin the set round and we'll have a look at the sockets on the rear of the TV. We'll go through those and then we'll start looking at some of the menus and the specification on the range itself. Okay, so here we have the rear of the TV. Let's go through some of these sockets. We'll take it from the top. We've got here first of all an Ethernet connection. Just underneath there you've got a SCART socket, you've got component in on here, which is the red, green, blue connection. Things like Xbox 360s and some DVD players can use component. We've got component here. That is the separate audio feed for the component to take the audio in. You've also got a headphone socket just here as well. There's a separate audio in on here. Underneath here, all the sockets are mounted underneath the panel, so you can get away with a very slim bracket on this TV because the socket's completely recessed underneath here. You've got, first of all, an additional SCART just underneath here as well, so there's another SCART socket recessed underneath. You've got digital coaxial out on here, so there's no optical socket on the back of this TV. They feed the digital signal out of the set through a digital coaxial socket, which is on there. You've got 3 HDMIs, HDMI 1, 2 and 3, so there's 3 HDMI sockets recessed under there. There's also your antenna, which is your aerial socket just there as well. Next to that, just here, it says 3D out. We'll cover that later in this video clip. And you've also got a VGA socket, which is your PC connection, just underneath there as well. On the side of the TV, there is an additional HDMI just here on the side of the set. There's also a USB connection just on here as well, and you've also got an SD card reader, so if you've got a digital still camera you can pop your card into the side of the TV, you can have your photographs on screen as well. If we just pan out a second on here as well, the set itself has wall fixings on here, so you can wall mount the TV. The actual wall mounting for this set, you're looking at 200mm on the width by 300mm on the height, so it's basically 200 by 300 for your wall bracket connection on there as well. So we'll spin the set back round and we'll have a look at some of the features on the TV itself. One other thing that we didn't mention on there is your power socket for connecting this up to the mains. Yet again, that is also recessed. The power socket is down here and recessed just underneath the panel here, and just next to that you've got also a main on-off switch as well. Okay, so we'll spin the set round now and we'll have a look at some of the features on the TV. Okay, so let's go through some of the specification on this set. First of all, it just oozes quality. As I said, you're looking at glass base, superb frameless design on the TV. The remote control is a brushed sort of aluminium metal finish, beautiful design. If I get a close-up on this for you, if I bring this up to the camera now, it really is a superb looking remote control. It's sort of brushed aluminium finish, beautiful design, not plastic, all metal. Absolute quality. On the remote control itself, you have a home button on here which puts you into the menu. Fantastic menu system on the Philips range of TVs. and beautifully easy to set up as well. On the keypad here we've got up, down, left and right. If we click down to setup, this range of TVs are LED edge lit, so superb slim design panels as well. They're only 5 centimetres in depth. As we looked at before, all the sockets are recessed so you can get it really close to the wall. The settings on the TV couldn't be easier. If we go down to TV settings, we just press OK in the centre of the remote control. Puts us into the menu. Now, on the picture menu, we've got all the adjustments on here for things like the Ambilight, which we'll go through in just a moment. We'll show you the Ambilight feature, and all the contrast, brightness, colour settings on there as well. In the smart picture mode, you've got preset modes for vivid, cinema, game mode. Whatever you're doing with the set, whether you're gaming on it, you select the game mode and it sets the contrast brightness levels exactly the way they should be for when you're gaming on there as well. If we just click out of that for just a moment and go back into the menu. You've got quick picture and sound settings on there as well. If we select that, it'll ask us do we want to start. We just click OK for that to start. Then it'll ask us, do we want to run the TV in standard mode or energy saving. So on this side of the screen, this is the sort of picture you'll achieve on energy saving, and this is the sort of picture quality you can achieve on standard mode. You've got to make the decision what you think is best. To be quite honest with you, this TV, the power consumption is extremely low with it being an LED TV. You're only looking at 148 watts anyway, even in standard mode, so extremely low power consumption. So on this one, I would prefer the standard setting, so we just press OK. Puts a little tick on there to say that's what you've selected. And then it says to select your personal picture settings, standard or personal. So if we just say go over to personal and click OK, it will then go through the mode and ask us which side of the picture do we prefer, whether it's the left or the right. If you prefer the right hand side of that image, it's highlighted in the box here. Just click that, puts a little tick on here. It will ask us again, which side of the image do you prefer? So select whether it's left or right, and then just click OK. Yet again, same thing, left or right. It just takes you through a few preset modes for you to select, and it's a nice easy way of setting up the colour, contrast, brightness and sharpness to the picture that you prefer. It then goes through the sound stage, which switches us through the sound settings and asks us which of the different sound settings do we prefer on there as well. Now, you've also got Ambilight on this TV, so at the moment I'm just going to come out of this just for a second, and what we'll do, we'll just dim the lights in here and we'll go through the Ambilight features for you, which we'll do now. Okay, so what we have here now, we've just dimmed the lights in here to show and demonstrate the Philips Ambilight system to you. What the Ambilight system does, you've got lights behind the panel at this side, on the right hand side and the left hand side of the screen. This is the Philips Ambilight Spectra 2 system. And what it will do, when you've got a blue image on the screen here, or red, it will project that light behind the screen for you. It actually gives you the impression, first of all, of having a bigger set than what you've actually got, because it's projecting that light behind the screen, which also produces a bigger depth of field when you're viewing the actual product itself, and immerses you more in the movie or whatever you're watching in there. You get a better feel, a better depth, and a better, just a better overall sort of experience of what you're actually viewing. It's pretty much a unique feature to Philips, and does work really well. And I said that colour system will change depending on the colours of the screen. Whatever the colours are on the screen, it will be projected behind the panel onto the wall. You can also go into the menu on this TV. At the moment we're using a white background on here, but if you've got beige walls or whatever they may be, you can first of all set on the TV the correct colour for the backdrop of the TV as well, to make sure you get the correct colour balance that's being projected onto it. So a beautiful unique system from Philips there. It's called the Ambilight Spectra 2, but as I said, it gives you a real depth of field to the image, and it really immerses you into to the movie or whatever you're watching there as well. Okay, so we've seen the Ambilight feature on the TV there. As I said, you look at a range of sets here which are 200 Hz scanning, apart from the 32 inch, which is 100 Hz. 500,000:1 contrast ratio, extremely good contrast ratio. The sets are all full HD, so they'll cope with 720p, 1080i and 1080p resolution. Extremely slim panels, LED technology. You can also, with this range of models on the 8605 series, upgrade them to 3D TV. They are 3D ready, but you would need an additional unit. It's called a PTA02 to adapt this TV to 3D. So you don't have to go out and, in a year or two's time, start changing the TV if you decide that you want a 3D TV. This TV is perfectly capable of receiving and showing you 3D images. You just need the PTA02 adapter to go on the set, of which you receive 2 pairs of glasses when you buy that kit. That kit currently retails for £249. The kits themselves are available from the end of August, early September of 2010. The TV set itself has web function capabilities. You can either wire it through the Ethernet socket, which is seen on the rear of the TV, but yet again you can also do it wirelessly. To do it wirelessly, you will need an adapter called the PTA01. That's the PTA01, which is a wireless dongle. You'll be able to plug into the USB socket, and then you can actually start browsing the web wirelessly. Yet again, that particular unit at this moment in time retails for around £50. Well, that's the PTA01 if you want to get a wireless dongle for this, so you can browse the web wirelessly. So a range of sets here which are absolutely stunning in features and build quality. I'll tell you now, if you're looking for an LED TV, a flat panel TV, I'd probably look no further. It's an absolutely stunning set, not just in picture and sound quality, but also in build quality as well. If you want more details on this, I would say give me a ring. My name's Chris on 01204 861 861, or go to our website, which is soundinvision.co.uk, or just click the link for more details. Thank you.